I don't know about you, I'm pretty excited. It's December 24th, and it's Christmas Eve. But December 24th and Christmas Eve, even though they occupy the same time, are not the same thing. December 24th is a date. Christmas Eve is a miracle. Christmas Eve is an experience. It's the inbreaking of God into the heart and into the spirit. It's the rebirth of innocence and promise. And it brings together memory and anticipation and wonder and what the hymn calls the hopes and fears of all the years. By December 24th, we really should have decorated the trees and wrapped the packages and heard the stories and at least started singing the carols. But even when we've done all of that for the 24th of December, sometimes Christmas Eve can seem to elude us. So how do we find the spirit of this holy night? Or maybe a better question is, how do we let it find us? Because it's here, just as it was in that small stable where a baby's first cry began, a first cry that has echoed through a couple of millennia. So it's here, and it's there, wherever you are, wherever we are, with loved ones who are sitting right beside us tonight, who will be across the table from us tomorrow, just as really and just as fully as those who live in our hearts and whom we see in our dreams. It can be hard to imagine peace on earth, the thing that we all desperately sing about and pray for and seek during this time. At the same time, when we see division and destruction and disease and despair in our world and in our nation and in our towns and in our homes and even in our churches. Those and other realities might seem to hold us at December 24th, but really in a way they also call us into Christmas Eve, because they remind us that tonight, once again, we meet a traveling family simply searching for a place to rest and to be safe. We see shepherds struggling to work through the night. And we hear angels whose message must begin with "Don't be afraid." Who wouldn't be afraid? Who isn't afraid of the things that we don't understand, of the things that cause us pain, of the things that try our patience, of the things that separate us from one another, of the things that might make us just want to stay at December 24th? Well, yet we know, we really do know, that fear isn't the thing that defines us. Hope defines us, peace defines us, joy defines us, love defines us, faith defines us. Faith in a Savior, a Prince of Peace, a baby whose life changed the world. When he was born, there was sickness and sadness and fear in the world, but there was also all the things that we hold so sacred, these gifts of hope and peace and joy and love. And because of that first Christmas Eve, which absolutely, positively, without question was not December 24th, because of that first Christmas Eve, those gifts have been ours every Christmas Eve and every December 4th and every other day in our lifetime. And that really, 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 really is good news. We have a part to play in bringing that good news to the world, in sharing all the gifts of this sacred season, all of those that we have mentioned, and the light that can shine, the light that does shine, even in the darkest places. So yes, it is December 24th. And in this time together, Christmas Eve can, and I hope has, come to us. May we celebrate it fully so that it does bring joy to our lives and joy to our world with all of the mystery and the miracle and the majesty of this sacred and silent night. And just as a PS, if you have Jewish friends, tomorrow night at sunset, they will begin to celebrate Hanukkah. It is very rare for Christmas Day and Hanukkah to coincide. So if you see them, say, Chag Samayach, happy holiday. As we prepare to bring the light of the love of God into our hearts and into our midst as we light these candles, I want to remind you that we have a little special way of being safe to make sure that this works pretty well. There will be ushers bringing the light down the center aisle. They will pass it to the person closest to the aisle, and then you pass it to the person next to you. The way to do this is when your candle is burning, keep it upright, don't tip it. Tip the unlit candle into the flame, and then let the person next to you do the same thing. Now may the light of Christ begin to grow in our sanctuary, in our hearts, in our lives, and in our world. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things came into being through him, and without him not one thing came into being. What has come into being in him was life, and the life was the light of all people. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not overcome it. And the Word became flesh and lived among us, and we have seen his glory as the glory of a Father's only Son, full of grace and truth. Please join me in the benediction as the light goes into the world. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. They put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify God in heaven. May we reflect God's light and joy to the world.
Now it's your turn.